Namaste. My name is Gwen. Welcome to your restorative yoga practice. Let yourself get comfortable. Today you'll need a strap or a belt, whatever can cinch up if you'd like to do that option. Maybe a bolster. It's a great use of your encyclopedias that you might have around the house. In this digital world, we don't have much use for them anymore, but I use them in my practice, and you can use one or you can use two. Today we'll use two, and we'll bring a blanket and set it and wrap it. Let it cushion your toes. We're going to come into constructive rest pose here. Take the strap, make a loop. You're going to pull it over your toes and bring it close to the knees on the lower legs, if that's okay for you. You can have it on the upper legs, above the knees, if that's all right. I'm going to have it on the lower legs today, and your heels are going to touch the mat, and the tops of your feet are going to rest on, I'm using the encyclopedias today, or you can use a bolster, or whatever you have around, so that the toes can rest upward. And then you're going to hug the one you love. So wrap your arms around and cinch them around the back of your shoulders here. And then flip your palms up to resist that pulling or hanging on. Notice how much you can let go here. Tune into your breath. Allow the eyes to close. Feel the weight of the back of the pelvis. Let it become even heavier. Take a little walk through the body. Feel that internal perspective here. And give the toes a little of your time and awareness. Allow them to relax that little bit more each breath. Feel the weight of the heels sink down into the mat a little bit more. Pull the awareness up into the calves where the strap might be hanging around. And if you don't have a strap, just allow the legs to come a little wider and the knees to sink into each other. If not, if you have the strap, then the strap is going to feel the edges, and they're going to come away from each other and lean into the strap, into the belt. Nice big inhale, smooth exhale. Notice the knees, make sure that they're feeling effortless, possibly zero sensation. Notice the weight coming down from the knees into the pelvis, nice and heavy. There's no end to how much we can release. Is the belly soft enough to truly receive the breath here? Notice the rise as you inhale and the fall as you exhale. Feel the back of the shoulders sink and soften. A little more, a little more. The jaw slackens. There's nothing to hang on to here. the drop of the spine. This is beautiful for dropping that lumbar sacral spine, that lower spine, into the mat. Notice how well it's doing that. Every day, every practice, another opportunity to reset and attune to that inner current of our true being. So take the time here to have that internal glance at how much we can let go. I am inhaling full and deep. I am exhaling full and deep here. Next inhale, slowly let the arms widen. And then you're going to hug the one you love, but the other arm is going to be on top and the other one on the bottom. You can cinch them up, hug the back of the arms, and then just roll the palms up. So we resist gripping. So loosen that grip everywhere. Can you dive deep enough to feel the bones floating? Each breath moving away, loosening their grip. The back of the head can roll. Or you can come into complete stillness. Allow yourself to sink a little deeper. You can feel the length of your breath. A nice long inhale. A light little pause at the top of the inhale. And as you exhale, emptying the lungs here, feel that light little pause empty. Enjoy that gap between breath. Inhale deeply, pause, exhale smooth, pause. If you want to come into a little bit more of a controlled breath or apana breath, you can Enjoy those gaps between breath just a little bit more. As you inhale, you can pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the breath out. A light little pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. In. 4, 3, 2, 1. And out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 4, 3, 2, 1. In. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. Dive right back into your natural breath and notice how you feel. A little more grounded, connected to that earth quality. For the last few breaths here, where can I release that little bit more? In the jaw, in the shoulders, a little heavier. The back of the pelvis, a little heavier. Breath to deepen. Like a yawn, you can stretch out the arms. Let them come nice and wide. Nice and long, all the way up to the ceiling. Take your time. Let this feel delicious. Widen through the fingers. Roll the hands around the wrist. One way. And then maybe the other way. Observe all the sensations. Interlace the fingers, press the palms upward. Allow one elbow to come over to one side and then the other. The shoulders are rooted all the way to the elbow. One side and then the other. Take your time. You can rest on one side if you'd like for a full inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and move over to the other side. Inhale deeply, exhale smooth. And come on to center, undo the hands, roll the wrists. Move the fingers and allow the hands to rest down by your side. Take one leg out of the strap here. We're going to set up for body yawn. A gentle somatic flow. So rest on your side here for a moment. Come right into fetal pose. Use your lower hand as a pillow and rest there for a moment. Then you can press yourself up and we're going to clear the runway. So you can move the encyclopedias or the bolster away so that you have your entire mat. Then come back to lay on your spine, on your back. Have your knees bent. Press into your left foot. Let your right one come all the way into your belly. Squeeze it in, hands on shin. Or you can bring the hands right underneath in the back of the thigh. Leg can straighten here. And then hug it right over the other leg. You're going to bring that left hand down the left side. It's going to be your wedge support, your braking system. So play with the lower half. Allow it gently to roll over to that arm. Notice how it stops you. And then start to play. You can move it in different locations, that arm. It can come outward just a wee bit. And what does that do to the sensation? Do you notice that the sensation might change? Observe that. The other arm comes in a cactus arm above. So the lower half is moving here. Top half, well, we haven't gotten to that yet. And then pause on your spine and we'll bring it all together. Nice exhale through the mouth. And then when you're ready, let the legs fall over and then reach like a yawn through that top arm. The head can roll in that general direction. And then come right back to start. Legs to center. Arm comes down. Then when you're ready again, let the legs fall over. Arm reaches up. You can pause there for a breath, 2 or 3. Feel free to explore. And then when you want, come right back to center and feel the muscles. How well do they turn off? Notice as you come in, as the legs drop over to that arm, what muscles we're using, where you feel all those sensations in the side body and the tush. And then as you come back onto your back, can you feel all of those muscles turn off? Drink in that breath. Move subtle movements. Let this feel delicious. As the arm reaches up, the legs fold over. And then you can fluidly move back and forth. Or you can pause in between. 10 different people in a class. 10 different ways to explore these explorations. It doesn't have to look like anybody. Can gently bring that leg in. You can pull it into your belly here. We're going to reach the opposite leg nice and long, and you can flutter those toes back and forth, back and forth. And then the one that you have cradled, you can move, maybe rolling it this way and then that way. And then we're going to do a little nose to knee connection. So when you're ready, exhale, let the nose come towards the knee. It doesn't have to come up too high. And then lengthen through the palate, crown down. Maybe you have an extended leg, nice and tall, nose to knee. Have some fun here. Explore your strength and length as you roll down through that upper spine. Then go ahead and take the left leg now. Pull it in towards the belly, and then you're going to go ahead and cross it over the other leg. So other side for a beautiful body yawn on this side. So go ahead and take the right arm down that right side. And now the left arm is going to come into a cactus arm on this side. Play with that lower half. So find your unique range of motion today in this moment. It might be very different than the other side, so please let it. You might be moving that hand away from the body, or you might be moving it a little closer into the body for that wedge support, that braking system that we all have built in. Full support here. And then we come into the full body yawn when you're ready. Reach that the left arm up. The head can roll in that general direction. You can spend a breath or two there. Come right back to start. Exhale full and deep through the mouth. And then when you're ready, you can come back into it. Maybe a fluid type of motion. Leg sways, arm reaches, take up lots of space. Rolling right back to start. Notice how well the muscles turn off. And maybe you roll right back in. Take your time. Rest when you need to. Move into it and explore all the subtleties of sensation. Go ahead and take a hold of that left leg, pull it in towards the belly, lengthen through the other leg, paddle the foot. Send the back of the shoulders to root down. Then we're going to do a little nose to knee connection when you're ready. First, we'll just roll that left foot around. Paddle it back and forth and roll it for this way and then that way. And then connect with your breath. Take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, on the exertion, let the nose come towards the knee. Feel the length come through the palate, the crown, as you roll down. Maybe you'll lengthen the foot, you'll bring the hands up towards the calf, nose to knee connection, and then down. One more, any which way that feels good. Knee bent, knee straight. Then bring the other one up. Bring the hands on the knees and circle. Come into a little bit of core. So notice how well the core is working here. Hands on knees, circle, circle, circle. You can leave the hands on the knees, or they can gently leave the knees now. Notice how strong the core is working here. And then can it go the other direction? We're going to do another variation. Grab your great big beach ball, those tree-hugging arms. Generously bend the elbows. The ball goes one way, the knees the opposite. So you don't want to go to the point of no return, so keep those knees high so that we're not going so far that we have to struggle or force. So the knees go this way and the arms that way. The head can roll with the ball. Nice. And then we're going to come into a simple twist. Go ahead and take the encyclopedias or a bolster. If you simply don't need it, you can have the legs to lay down onto the floor. If you have plenty of length, then just go ahead and stack one leg on top of the other bent. Or take your encyclopedias, one or two, wrap it with the blanket, and there's your cushion. And then go ahead and place that lower leg on top of the stack. Top leg. Maybe you'll bring that left arm into the top of the thigh to ground down so that you can really let go of the muscles in the hips and the sit bones. The other arm can reach up. And then see if you can relax a little bit more through that shoulder, the right shoulder, the arm that's reaching up. Remember if there's any pinching or any burning or any tingling in that arm, your right arm. Bring it down, lower than the shoulder. The head can go in any direction, so you can point the nose in the direction of the knees, maybe up to the ceiling, or in the opposite direction of the knees. Explore. You never have to become rigid. So maybe for a handful of breaths you move it here, and then you move it there. If the arm feels like it's too much over the head, then softly move it right over to the side. Notice the length of the spine in this twist. Follow the breath as you inhale up through the crown, nice and tall, to the top of the mat. Exhale it down through the sit bones, nice and long, to the bottom of your mat. Inhale tall through the top of the mat. Exhale long through the bottom of the mat. Explore the length of your spine. Bathe the whole back body with breath. a little bit more in the belly. Nice and soft. You can stretch that arm all the way up above the crown. If it's been off to the side like a yawn, feel that length of the spine as you do so. And then come rolling onto your back. Feet can come down onto the mat, adjust yourself, and then we're going to come into that core with the hands on the knees, circle the legs. Notice how it feels this time. What muscles are being used the most? Can you make the circle larger? Can it spiral outwards? Play. Have some fun. Use the arms, or the arms can be by your side. There is no right or wrong. Pat yourself on the back for simply showing up. Then grab that great big beach ball in your arms. Bring it over this way. Legs go that way. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the other side. Enjoy the breath as you work the core. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip in. Use all those supporting muscles. Beautiful. And then we'll come on over and into our twist on this side. Support the legs or not, whatever feels good. Reach up through that opposite hand, the left this time. Knees are faced right over to the right. So now we're extending through the left side of the colon, the left side of the rib cage. You can reach up and then allow the elbow to soften, let it drape. The nose can come into that general direction, or it can be upwards towards the ceiling or towards the knee. The other hand can be gripped like a little hook, like a weight on the top of the thighs. Or you can rest it on the belly. So you can notice the belly rise and fall. Enjoy the breath. Enjoy the body unwinding all the tensions up and down the spine. All the organs that live so close to the spine that are receiving amazing amount of care in this beautiful soft hug. That arm can come downward if it starts to tingle. Then you can bring the breath up and down the spine if you like. Inhale it up, let it wash all the way up through the palate, through the crown. Exhale it down. Inhale, feel that length through the palate, through the crown. Exhale, lengthen through the sit bones down towards the bottom of your mat. Beautiful. A little bit more in this part of the body. Let yourself adjust so you can truly sink in to that earth quality, fully held by the floor, by the earth, by the bolster, by the breath. Very softly here, one leg comes up to the center and then the other. You can give a nice little squeeze into the belly. Rock and roll from side to side. Come into half happy baby, hang on behind the back of the knees, the legs. Let yourself play. Notice as you roll to one side, you have a wedge support between the elbow and the shoulder. You can circle one leg, circle the other. Play, make it a game. Notice how you feel as you roll right off of the spine, right over to one side and then the other. Maybe you bend the knee and circle it. Rock and roll it like a swaying branch. And then the other side. There's no right or wrong, just like a baby moves. And then slowly roll over to your side. Use that momentum to press into the mat and come on up into tabletop. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, give a little press up, round, exhale, inhale, feel that crescent shape back bend. Exhale, rib cage comes upward, inhale, downward. Notice the sit bones coming down and then up as you inhale. And then softly we're going to come to our forearms. Same action in the spine. Inhale, round. Inhale, crescent shape back bend. Exhale, round. Enjoy. Let this be the pump to the breath. Maybe one more each way. And then we're going to settle in a melted heart. So go ahead and grab your bolster, your stack of encyclopedias, and rest the heavy heart right on top of that stack, or whatever you have. The knees will be below the hips. The forehead can root down. You can bring the fingertips into the mat. And feel what that does to the shoulders and then the palms into the mat. Rest the elbows. Go ahead, we're going to alternate between sides now. So you're going to bring one forearm right below the forehead. Rest the forehead. And now press into the fingertips of the opposite hand. Then the palm rests and then the elbow. The elbow comes up. Then the heel of the hand, palm, then the fingertips. Notice how well that moves. And then we'll go over to the other side. Rest the forehead onto that forearm. And then stretch out through the other arm. Press into the heel of the hand, the fingertips. Let the elbow come off of the mat. And then bring it down the way you came in. Elbow comes down, then it comes up, heel of the hand, fingertips. And then we go into both now. Stretch them out if that's okay for your shoulders. Reach and have some fun. And then press yourself up. We're going to take that stack of encyclopedias or bolster closer to the wall. We're going to come up into Halasana, to our beautiful plow pose, or it's like a supported happy baby. There's going to be a few variations, which are invitations. So you're going to need to come a little closer to the wall. So take that stack and bring it close to the wall, so that when you're seated on the stack, your toes, the very tippy part of your toes, is touching the wall. And if you'd like, you can come a little closer. So adjust yourself and feel and notice, what does this feel like to have my lower spine, my sacrum, the back of my hips resting on this beautiful stack today? And then play. Bring one foot off of the wall at a time. Point and flex that foot, maybe roll it. Nice and easy here. Notice how you can relax into this. Then go ahead and take both off of the wall if you'd like, if it feels secure. You can bring your upper arms again into the mat, elbows root, shoulders root, and the hands rest on your thighs. It'll feel like the heels and ankles are stacked above the knees. Then you're going to roll yourself forward, and this is the plow pose portion. It will feel like a shoulder stand thereabouts. There'll be a little bit more weight. Nice in the upper body, so feel if that feels good for you, and enjoy. You can roll the head a wee bit. It'll feel like it's walking upward. You can have the hands resting in the thighs or not. They can sink down for a breath, 2 or 3. You can support them for the whole time. We're going to run through some variations here, so we'll start with this one. Give the toes a little wriggle. A little rock from side to side a wee bit. Legs wide. Thighs coming downward. You can bring them together. We're going to do one at a time here. We're going to come into our dead bug pose. So the hands can nestle right into opposite, right between the thigh and the calf. And then let the calf come on down. And this is called a bind. Notice how this feels. You can do one, you can do both. If this doesn't feel good, please don't do it. Or come into the variation that we were in before. Or simply bring your feet on the wall. But if you're in this pose, how much can you relax into it now? Can you settle through the jaw? Can you go deeper through the breath here? Take one out and see what that's like. Let one leg come and rest the heel into the wall. Take that arm up above the crown, fingers to the center, to your midline, and leave the other arm wedged right between the calf and the thigh. Settle in. And notice how much you can let go in this shape. Nice long inhale. Smooth exhale. And then go ahead and switch. Take your time. Other arm comes behind the calf and the thigh. And that other arm comes above the crown to the midline. And how much can you let go here? A nice smooth inhale. Long and deep exhale. Settle in. Ha. Maybe exhale through the mouth. I surrender. Ooh. You can move the head, rock from side to side. Then go ahead and rest the heels on the wall. Take a breath, 2 or 3, hands on the belly. Then very softly the feet are going to come downward. You're going to press your props, your books, down. And now we're going to come onto our mat, so clear the runway once again and come onto your belly. Grab your strap and lasso one of your feet. It's going to be close to the ankle. You're going to take the strap now above and wrap it into the hands. So you can wrap it around the knuckles, the wrist, and get a good grip. And then see if you can sink down a little bit more through the thigh. The opposite leg is long. You're resting it completely. We're not tugging or pulling here. Just some light traction through the strap. Feel the back of the arms, the triceps to the elbows. Rooted, nice and long. The head can come up. Press into the elbows more. Walk them towards each other. And maybe a little closer to you. You can rest the forehead onto the hands if you'd like in this position, or leave the head up. Notice how well the back, the thigh, the quadricep comes down through the hip crease. Nice long inhale. Smooth exhale. Let the head come on down now. Breathe into that sensation. Notice how long from the knee to the hip, the front. Breathe into that. And then trade places. Bring the other foot in. And then take the other one out. Stay on your belly. See how well you can do that little switcheroo. Lengthen through the opposite leg. And again, feel from the armpit to the elbow, the tricep, how much it can rest. Take the strap and wrap it into the other hand so that you can release some of the effort. And then the head can come on up. You can root into the elbows. Wrap the hand, interlace the fingers, and rest the forehead here maybe. How much can you release through the front of the thigh and the hip crease, where the leg meets the torso? Enjoy releasing, restore the body. Ha. Come into that exhale. And then slowly drop the head downward. Feel the length from the elbows all the way through that front of the body. The thigh, the hip crease is coming down. Nice big inhale. Smooth exhale. Soften Soften, soften, soften. A little more. A little more. Then lengthen through the legs. Come into a belly down Shavasana. Arms are going to reach down the side of your body, thumbs towards the body. Cheek, temple, or ear, your unique range of motion. And let yourself settle on your belly. Feel the rise and fall. A massage of the spine through the breath. As you inhale, you'll feel a press. As you exhale, soften. If this is not available to you, laying on your belly like this, simply come onto your side or onto your back into a Shavasana. Your next breath, very softly move to the other side, the head. So the cheek, temple, or ear, rest it down. Notice how well you can settle into your mat on this side. Shoulders will sink downward. You might have the toes in the direction of each other. Heels are splayed. And very softly bring the hands into your mat below the shoulders. Give a nice press. Back of the neck leads the way. Come on into a supportive child's pose by bringing the stack of encyclopedias or bolster underneath the belly. Rest the forehead down. Breathe into your back body. Settle through the hips. Or you can come into active child's pose by resting the hands just in front. Elbows can rest. And then come on up, and we're going to come into a seated posture. So any which way that you'd like to seat, I'm going to come into Sukhasana, happy seat. So one leg in front of the other. If one knee is sore when you come into this, you can use one of your books underneath the thigh. Let it settle. Notice how your body feels now after that amazing practice. Breath-filled practice here. Nice deep inhale. Smooth exhale. Bring the palms of the hands together. Press. Take a deep breath here. And then exhale, honoring yourself. That beautiful inner wisdom here. May it pour from our hearts outward, beyond these walls, adding that support where it can. Namaste.